SBR Videos is sponsored by Sports Cash System. Click on the link below for more information. Hi, welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 15 in the NFL, and right now we're talking with Al McMordie from BigAl.com, industry veteran, returning guest. Al, thanks for being back with us.
Always good to be here, Peter. How are you doing this week?
How's everything going at BigAl.com recently?
I've got no complaints. We, had a terrific week last week in basketball. NFL had a slightly winning week. We were 5-5 on the week. We did cash 3 out of our 5 top plays. So our NFL this season is now 62-40 on the year, and this is probably going to be one of our largest weeks in the NFL this upcoming week. I see a lot of tremendous plays.
62-40 against the spread in the NFL this year, Al?
Yeah, it's been a terrific year. Last season, we were documented #1 in pro football by the Sports Monitor. We're not #1 this year, but still having a solid year in the NFL.
Arizona, Tennessee is the first game you're going to talk about. And Tennessee's a 2.5 or 3-point home underdog. Total's 41.5. And, Cardinals blew out the Rams last week. Carson Palmer played great. The injury didn't matter at all. They blocked for him really well. He was very efficient, utilized their weapons on offense. Tennessee, they got blown out at Denver, and that's, pretty excusable, of course. But in general, their games seem to be going pretty high scoring since their bye. So I'm looking at this game. I'm thinking maybe the over 41.5 might be a great play. What do you think, Al?
Well, I think Tennessee's loss to Denver is excusable if you didn't have Tennessee. I had the Titans, so I'm not feeling so good about that one. And they had a 21-20 halftime lead, and then they got blitzed in the second half by Peyton Manning and company, 31-7. But the key for me in this game, Peter, is that last week the Titans gave up those 51 points. And one of the things I love to do is take home underdogs that give up 37 or more points the previous week. And if I can get that home dog off a loss by more than 2 touchdowns and also playing a team off a double-digit win, as is the case here, those teams since 1980 are 57-25 against the spread. I love Tennessee in this situation. And also, if you take a look at the Arizona Cardinals, they've never been a great road team. Going back, I think, 15 or 16 years now, Arizona is 12-27 against the spread versus opponents off back-to-back losses. So I don't think Arizona can be trusted to lay these points on the road. And finally, I did mention it last week in one of our videos. It didn't win last week, but the system is still 139-95 against the spread going back to 1980. And what we want to do is play on any late season home dog in the last 5 weeks of the season. If they're a home dog of less than 11 points off back-to-back points per losses, those teams, as I mentioned, 139-95 against the spread. I think there's value here with the Tennessee Titans. Arizona, of course, needs to win. That doesn't always equate to actually winning. I'll take the points.
I mean, it just doesn't bother you how effective Arizona was on offense last week. I mean, they have a lot of, weapons on offense that they weren't really getting a lot out of during the year because Palmer wasn't playing that well, but he played great last week. They blocked for him suddenly, all of a sudden, very well. So they could be a dangerous offensive team, right?
Yeah, and that game, last week was interesting. The line opened at +7. It went down to +4. All the money came on St. Louis and Arizona. They just blew the heck out of the Rams, and they looked great. I'm not, my argument's not with how great they looked. I can't argue that.
Well, those are some great stats you cited, and +3 is a currently widely available number. So Al McMordie taking Tennessee +3. Thanks, Al.